a drill that I showed to a few people that I was working like some private lessons with, standing up. So just kind of getting used to where to put your feet in the open guard. Sometimes it's a little bit tough to really find that control from the open guard because, you know, especially fighting with a guy like Rafael, he moves a lot and he can never let you get comfortable. So you have to find like grips that really make you give you some good control, right? And there's a lot of hooks that you can make on the legs for leg control, okay, like De La Hiva and all kinds of hooks here that you can do. But right now I want you guys to practice a little bit of more of the upper body control, okay? So we'll always keep like one foot on the hip for right now, just in the beginning, just keep them kind of stretched out, and then we'll put the pressure right into the bicep, okay? So right in the corner of the bicep, starting to get control here, okay? Let's look at our grip too, make sure we have a good grip. We're gonna grab the end of the sleeve and just forward roll it in, okay? So we have a good strong grip, okay? Keep that grip strong the whole time because at any time he might try to break it, okay? And then we put that pressure on the bicep and always keep that tension there so we can't take it off. All right, after we do the first step of spider guard on this side, I'm gonna extend and pull and circle my foot through and get nice and deep. When you guys put in this lasso, you shouldn't be able to see your heel. See my heel here? So I wanna put it deep enough so my heel is like going all the way to the back of his ribs or his shoulder blade here, all right? So that way you know it's nice and deep. It's easier to control his lateral movement and there's no pressure that can be put on your knee here. So nice and deep, and also pull the hand deep as well. Okay, and you should feel still some pressure on his bicep with your shin, okay? And you're still holding the other side. At this point, look, I'm gonna just throw my hip to the side now, so a little bit of hip movement, okay? When you move your hip, look, since it's tight here, look how his body's gonna move. Okay, so you can play with his balance a little bit here, and I'm gonna extend here, okay? Now he's real tied up. He probably's not gonna like this, so in his position, he's gonna practice a way to get out of this. Maybe he's gonna use his knee, maybe he's gonna circle his hand through. Look, he pops my leg off. I'm losing my hook. I'm gonna put it under and make a hook on this leg here, okay, to keep him on the side in front of me. And then we're gonna practice our fourth movement, which is the most complex, but it's just a drill, just a movement of the drill, okay? We're gonna come onto our shoulder and just spin out and replace, reset, okay? So again, we start with the feet on the hips. We go 1, 2, 3, and he escapes. Come back. 4. Okay. Again. First spider. Then bring it in. Look, I extend on the hip. Okay, and get it a little bit advanced spider guard, which is called lasso. Okay. From here, I throw my hip to the other side and extend here. Okay. Now he's also practicing, look how he takes his pressure off the bicep. Not directly by going towards the bicep, but like he pushes on my hamstring and pushes up a little bit, releasing that pressure, okay? So I know at this point he's gonna probably try and run that way. So I'm gonna keep that hook and make this hook here, okay, to keep him in front of me, always. Now I make a little bit of space, like a little hip out, because I don't wanna hit my head on his legs, so I give myself a lot of space. Now look, the key to this position is this, not with your foot flat, but with your toes on the floor. Okay, so toes go down, and I go like I wanna look at the floor. See, so my hips come up into the air, and I'm just on my shoulder now, okay? My head tucks in, okay? And my leg is gonna open, and let myself just unwind, okay? And I reset again. 1, 2, 3, he works it off. Get the hook out here, spin all the way, okay? Just so you guys can see what I don't want you guys to do in the spin, okay? When you guys go for the spin, if you keep your back flat on the mat, it's gonna be real slow. You have a lot of tension spinning on the mat. So I want you guys to take your back as far off the floor as possible. So again, toes go on the floor, look, head to the mat, like forehead to the mat. Like I want to go face down, and the hips are going to go up in the air. Okay, look at just my toe and my shoulders on the mat, nothing else. Okay, and then I spin off that shoulder. So it becomes nice and easy. Okay, any questions? So this is a spider guard drill, guys, okay?
I'm Gracie. I'm all in for Adidas.
Okay guys, so now working into lasso from this position, okay, it's really important. You know, I see people talk about getting the lasso and even teaching lasso doing like this. You see how hard it was for me to get my foot through there? See, look, from my vision here, the space is very small under his arm. I'm gonna make that space bigger, not by moving him, but by moving myself. Here, now here, look, all that space through here. Okay, now once it's in there, I can come back, okay, and keeping it tight, right, and make it small again, okay? We're gonna talk about a little sweep from here, okay? You guys already feel good doing this really well, keeping your foot nice and deep, pulling the hand nice and deep too. And now we're just gonna put the foot all the way across, making a hook on the hip, all right? From here now, I might hold the pants or the knee, ideally the pants if you can, okay? And when I'm ready now, I'm going to feel the first sweep we're gonna do from here. The two sweeps look very alike. The first one is gonna be here. Look, I bring him down first. 1, 2, come to the top. Okay, it's an easy sweep. It's kind of an explosive sweep. Okay, but I like this one because right away you get your partner really out of balance. Okay, and how we're doing that is with the lasso. Using that lasso, look, I'm flaring my knee open. Look, putting all his weight into his right knee, okay? Almost knocking him over just with this part, okay? Getting him slightly off balance. And then number 2 movement, I'm gonna use my right knee that's across his body to just like punch right through him. So after I drop him, I shoot this through, okay? And I'm gonna finish by punching my arm up, his leg up, and coming into knee on stomach, okay? Be aware there's a bicep lock right here. So if you guys don't wanna do this intentionally, just come like you're gonna go to side control, lift your hips up and let the hand out. Okay, and you can even end up with a strong position here with control of the arm. Okay. So again here, you start with the kind of open guard position. You wanna get the lasso, hip out first. Make that space nice and big so you can get your foot in a comfortable position easily. Okay, other foot is on the hip and you come back. You wanna feel that when you put in the lasso, look at his body position. If I come back here, look, he didn't move, right? He wasn't forced to move. So I wanna make sure it's nice and tight here. Okay, so when I come back, look, he's coming with me, right? Anywhere I move here, he's gonna come because this is tight, okay? If it's loose, then you're really not, you know, doing the lasso justice. All right, then I'm gonna make a hook on the hip, okay? I can also grab the pants here. But when you do this, be very aware that he still has this hand and he's gonna try and maybe pass with this side. So if he tries to grab around your head, keep this away. You wanna always be blocking this from getting too close to your upper body, okay? You can also use this against him though. When he goes to pass, leans forward, or if he tries to push this knee out of the way, right? Just like this is his objective. You can also use this against him as he comes forward. You can time that sweep too to sweep him and it works great. Okay. This sweep is a little bit different now. So you see as he leans forward, I bring him forward even more, right? So instead of dropping him like we did in the first one, as he comes forward, we continue his motion forward and we just circle him. Sometimes it goes over his head like that or goes over his shoulder, okay? All right, so again, anytime you feel any little sense of his balance leaning forward, look, I bring him forward and take him over, okay? So we have this way, once again, bring him forward 1, support him with your right leg, boom, boom, and then lift the leg at the end to finish on the top, okay? Or the other variation here, when he's just sitting back, okay? Now here, I can't bring him forward, right? But I can maybe take him sideways, and since my lasso is nice and tight, I can flare my knee open, look, and get him off balance, come back. So I flare my knee open just to get him slightly off balance, and this knee plus my hip is gonna shoot extending through him, right? So I go open, extend through, and follow up right away, coming up onto this knee. Arm around the head, let the arm go, and connect in your side control position, okay? For a few of you who wanna try the bicep lock here. As you come up with this sweep, you can keep your shin here, okay, and just let your upper body smash the wrist, and just go like you're coming to side control, but keep your shin right there, okay, and then slowly let your hips sink into the position for a slow finish on the bicep, okay, if you haven't tried that yet. But keep in mind, it's illegal for brown or purple and under, okay, so you have to be brown or black belt in the federation to use this move. All right, any questions? Okay guys, let's give it a try. Ready? Let's do one a little bit more advanced now. It's a setup for a submission you guys can use, okay? So let's do from standing now, okay? So it's a little bit more the distance we're working here. So we're just gonna do spider guard now, okay? So a little different than the lasso. Lasso is a little bit more complicated, but it's good too. And this spider guard, a little bit easier to manage at first, okay? So we know that Jake has good balance on his left and right side, right? Side to side, he's strong. But it's something we don't really test too much, his balance in this direction. So we know I can push him here, but that's only gonna get me so far. Going over my head is something we never really practice. So with a straight leg, look what I'm gonna do. Make him take a step towards me, okay? So I'm gonna make him come close, and then I come up into omoplata here, okay? So we'll break this one down here, okay? Look, I'm here controlling the distance, okay? Controlling distance here, keeping him away, but how can I bring him close? With a straight leg on his bicep. Look where my heel is pointing right now. My heel is pointing that way, towards the ceiling, right? I'm gonna make it point over my head here. So watch my left heel. And as my left heel comes up, he has to step forward. And he's a little bit struggling for his balance here. So now, with my foot on the hip and my foot on the bicep, I'm gonna use these legs and climb up to him as much as possible with my hips up. So I come up, 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 and then I let this leg come off the hip and wrap, okay? Look at this hand now. I tuck this hand in the corner of my hip, triangle my legs, and I know he's probably gonna wanna jump or step over me, so I'm gonna let it go and start to block. But I haven't let go of the other hand yet, look. And I'm starting to grab him here. Okay, get as deep of a grip as I can. Once I got a good grip around the body, only now do I let go of the hand, put my hand on the floor, and start adjusting my position. Okay, and from here, look, we'll scoot, 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 until I feel at a good position where I can sit up for that finish. Okay, so once again, one foot on the hip, one foot on the bicep. Okay, we're controlling the distance. We feel comfortable here. One thing just to be aware of while you're in this position is you don't really want your partner to be walking, in this case, to his right. Right? If he walks to the right and just walks forward, my foot's gonna come off. Right? So when I'm here, I like to be a little bit on my side, leaning a little bit to my side. If I feel he starts to walk to his right, I make a hook here. Look, I keep him in front of me. You know, I don't let him walk too much over there, because then I might lose it. If he walks to his right, if he walks this way, no problem, right? I can keep him here all day. Even if he takes side control on me, no problem. I can stretch and regain position because I have that leg there, right? So just a little tip in keeping spider guard, keep a hook here. Don't let him walk to the side that you're weak, which is gonna be this side here. Okay, you have that good grip. Now for our entrance to this position, again with a straight leg, we just point our heel up. And look, he stumbles kind of towards me here. All right, my hips come up. Look, I want his elbow to come right in between my legs too. Okay, so I don't want to come here. I want to come, if I can, with my knee behind his shoulder here. Okay, so I shoot my hips up, wrap this leg around, okay, and tuck the hand. Once I'm in this position, I'll lock it and let go, and I'll start coming towards upper body. Okay, start coming to grab the body here. Once I feel like I have a decent grip, I'll let it go, okay, and adjust here. Okay, and you see here this position, a lot of people will get here and think, oh, they want to finish, but like it's hard for me to bend my leg behind. It's hard for me to sit up. So it's very important here, for me especially, I really enforce this method in the omoplata of moving backwards. people don't really think of moving backwards so much. They think of moving sideways, but I like to really move backwards. And what does this do? Not only does it take him sometimes off his balance, but it aligns my knee right on top of his shoulder really well, okay? And the other leg is easily to move back. I can bend that leg easy, right? From here, I don't want to just come up and forward. I want to put my weight on top of him first so he doesn't get back up. If you're able to get him into this position, even grab his hand, pull it behind his head. Now if he wants to get back up to his knees, it's gonna be real hard. He doesn't even have any hands, right? So you're in a real strong position if you can get this far. And then just come forward slowly. Be careful, you might not be able to tap, okay? But I want you guys to put your weight on your partner first before you just come forward. So lean and kind of that diagonal direction.
So Rafael, you've been a long time training partner of Clark Gracie. Tell me a little bit about how you guys came through the ranks together.
Yeah, actually when I came from Brazil, I got here in San Diego around 2004. So then when I started training with Rodrigo Medeiros, Clark was there already. I was blue belt, he was blue belt. And since then we just, been training pretty much every day together. And we always moved the purple belt, brown belt, and black belt always in the same day.
What were some characteristics of Clark's game?
Man, to be honest with you, all the time I train with him, I always look for the omoplatas and the kimuras, of course, but every single time he come up with something different. So it's really like you cannot weigh the same moves all the time. So we always try to improve and bring some, new things. But definitely omoplata is the strongest position.
How much of his game came from Rodrigo Medeiros?
A lot, I would say a lot. We have been training with Rodrigo since we were blue, like I told you before, and Rodrigo helped us a lot, so especially on the top game, I would say most of the top game, and open guard too, close guard as well. Of course with Clark's dad too, but I would say it's a lot. It's a lot.
What do you think about Jiu-jitsu in San Diego as a whole?
It's good, man, a lot of people see things, I believe, on the opposite side. Everybody's complaining because there's a lot of jiu-jitsu academies, there's a lot of people teaching jiu-jitsu, but I see things on the opposite side. For me it's great. I have a lot of people to train with, the guys from Rodrigo, we have Clark, we have a bunch of guys from Brazil too. The level is really, really high, so I can't complain.
Do you think the market in San Diego is too saturated?
Let's put it this way. We have about, I don't know for sure, but we have about 50 academies in San Diego, which is a lot. But we have over 1 million people. So if you do the right thing, I'm sure he's gonna have space for you too. For sure there's a lot of people teaching, but if you do the right thing and on the right time, right place, you're gonna be successful for sure.
You were born in Brazil. People used to always say that Brazil is the Mecca of Jiu-Jitsu. Now some people call Southern California the Mecca. What's your opinion on that?
In my opinion, I think Brazil is still the Mecca of Jiu-Jitsu. There's a lot of people in Brazil who doesn't have financially conditions to be able to come to the US. There's a lot of people who don't even know, they're just amazing. So, now every single year, all the big companies, they're helping people, sponsoring and all that, and I'm sure the next couple of years you're gonna see a lot of good guys, new guys from Brazil coming. So here is really strong. The US is getting better and better and better. My opinion, besides Brazil, US for sure, is the biggest level in Jiu-Jitsu today.
So Clark, you have a new sponsor here. What's it mean to be sponsored by Adidas?
Oh, it's an honor to be recognized by a big company like Adidas and have that kind of endorsement. I feel like the world is taking Jiu-Jitsu more seriously, and I feel like Adidas is wanting to take advantage of that, wants to be a part of the great growth that is happening in Jiu-Jitsu right now. To see a big brand that's recognized worldwide coming into our sport and recognizing our art is it's a dream come true, you know, to see it really growing.
What does Adidas do for you as a sponsorship? Some sponsors just give a couple free gis, some sponsors put your face in a magazine. What's Adidas doing for you?
Well, we have a good agreement of a certain amount of representation, getting like a good exposure. But really, what I'm working with them the most for is to be like basically like ambassador for them, be a good, positive representative for Adidas into the sport of Jiu-Jitsu, into the art of Jiu-Jitsu.
All day today, with the cameras when they're on and when they're off, I hear you talk about being a positive force in Jiu-Jitsu. What does that mean?
Well, that means that, you know, a lot of people, there are some people in Jiu-Jitsu that can take Jiu-Jitsu into possibly the wrong path. I see a lot of people taking Jiu-Jitsu into a very positive direction and helping people, but Jiu-Jitsu can be something that you're also very self-focused, and you know, I want to keep encouraging people that Jiu-Jitsu is something that's going to enhance your life in a positive way, off and on the mats. Whether it's the philosophy of what you take into your daily lives with your family, into your workplace, or if it's just about health and the way you treat your body and the people around you.
So you're spreading your message with 2 academies now. Earlier we visited the Old Town San Diego Academy. Now we have here the La Jolla Academy. What's the future of these academies and beyond?
Well, this academy right here in La Jolla is really special to me. I've been here for quite a few years now, and the Old Town Academy is kind of like our fresh new academy. It's like our headquarters here in San Diego, and from there we're planning on expanding the team. We already have affiliates all over the US and growing in Europe as well. So being able to touch more people's lives and, you know, share this good jiu-jitsu and good message that we have, good vibes, is all I really want to do, and, you know, meet and share it as much as possible.
I know you love San Diego, but tomorrow morning you're leaving for Thailand, doing seminars there, doing other seminars in Asia. How much do you enjoy going around the world spreading jiu-jitsu?
You know, I think about sometimes the amount of seminars I do, and each seminar how many people it has, and I think how many people I actually meet, you know, and it's incredible. And I think if I can leave a little bit of my view, you know, of jiu-jitsu, plant a positive seed in their mind, and even change their life, change their jiu-jitsu method in any way, then I'm doing a good thing. And it's amazing the amount of people that I'm actually able to meet. So I feel myself right now, I'm still young, I'm still full of energy, you know, and I want to be able to travel and do as much as I can while I still have the time to do it.
You mentioned changing people's lives through jiu-jitsu. What's the biggest change that jiu-jitsu has brought to your life?
Well, I think, you know, especially for me, there's so many ways, you know, personality, confidence, learning to respect each other, learning to be calm in certain situations and not, you know, having these challenges every single day, physical challenges, being able to stay calm in very uncomfortable situations and not explode and get yourself in trouble. But also your goal setting and the training that it takes to get to that goal. For instance, a competition or a certain event that you may be doing. For me, you know, it keeps me in line. A lot of times my diet, eating clean, and man, I feel the best when I'm really training. I feel so great eating that clean diet, foods that combine well with each other, having that bond with the students that we're all working together to train hard. It's an amazing kind of environment.
One last message for the fans worldwide.
Keep training hard and you know, believe in what you're working for. Jiu-jitsu pays off, and just stick with it. All right. Thanks.
Belts wrapped around here.